Welcome back to UCTV. I'm Jacob Kainrad.
And I'm Meta Schrons. This week we have a lot to cover, ranging from world news to history of Union City and everything in between. Before we get started, we have a couple of reminders. One, of course, is wear your mask. We want everyone to stay healthy. Also, semester grades were finalized last Friday for the first semester.
Let's also not forget to not park in the grass. Parking there can cause ruts, and also let's make sure we park on the gravel.
Yes, the ruts get even worse if it has rained or snowed the day or even week before.
Speaking of weather, Kristen is going to tell us how it's going to be this week.
This year has definitely been a record-breaking year, not just for the vaccine, but also the weather. This Christmas season, we have had a lot more snow than our previous years. The average snowfall was around 8 to 10 inches, but luckily for us, it will be warming up a little bit. Monday through Thursday, we will finally have highs in the upper 50s, and then the rest of the week, we'll have highs in the upper 40s, but we'll take it. We are still supposed to get sunshine all week, so try to get outside and enjoy it while you can. This is UCTV weather.
Thank you, Chrislyn. I heard the weather was nice for the area tournament that our very own academic team competed at on Saturday. But the weather doesn't really matter since it was inside. Oh well.
We have some upcoming news and updates on the Tigers basketball season continuing. So let's go ahead and send it over to Tyler for that.
This week, UC basketball is back in action in the Payton tournament. The basketball bracket will be posted online. Switching gears, the softball and baseball teams want to thank you for your support during the Christmas raffle and programs. They are looking forward to getting back on the field in the spring. Thank you, Tyler Ross, UCTV Sports.
Thank you, Tyler. But I think you missed one thing. I heard the hockey squad is starting up and the Packers are still in the game.
Meadow, seriously, just stop. It's football, not hockey. Hopefully the Packers stay in the NFL playoffs so Schmidt stays in a good mood.
Oh. I guess I don't know my sports as much as I thought I did. Let's just move on. Now we have Josh with world news.
Here's a speed round of what's going on in the world. Are you guys ready? President-elect Joe Biden is being sworn into office on January 20th. The UK entered its most challenging week since the start of the pandemic. Students in Rome staged sit-in to demand schools be reopened. Malaysia's king declares state of emergency to curbside the spread of COVID. Huge sinkhole opens up outside Italian hospital, forcing COVID patients out. The U.S. reported more than 100,000 coronavirus hospitalizations for 40 consecutive days as officials try to ramp up the pace of vaccinations. Nearly 9 million people have received their first shot out of the more than 22 million COVID-19 vaccine doses distributed in the U.S. so far, according to CDC data. Back to you.
Thanks, Josh. A lot is happening in the world. Hopefully this year lives up to its standards.
Yes, hopefully it does. Enough talking about the present. I'm ready to hear about the past. Next, we have Kaden and Lane talking about the history of Union City, and they went way back.
For those who don't know, Union City is a pretty old town. And with an old town comes an old school. Starting all the way back in the year 1894, there's a 2-room school. There is 1 teacher per classroom. Katie Mead taught 5th through 8th grade, and Katie's niece, Bess Mead, taught grades 1st through 4th. Over the next few decades, various other small schools in the area joined Union City. The elementary building was built in 1937 and originally served as the elementary and high school. But after the high school building was built in 1982, it became solely the elementary building. The old gym and cafeteria were built in 1961, which means the old gym is over 50 years older than the new gym. For such a small town, Union City has a very long, interesting history. Did you know that what we now know as Union City was once 2 different towns? But if you want to learn more about that, you'll have to tune back in next week. For now, here's Lane Casey.
Thank you, Caden. That's crazy to think that Union City has been here for so long. There is so much history in such a small town and so many crazy things that most of us had no idea about. But there is one thing that really stuck out to me. I was doing some research on this town and I dug up something cool, something I think you guys might like. Beginning back in 1902, the largest man in the world arrived here in Union City. This giant man went by the name of Lewis Wilkinson. He was 8'2" and weighed approximately 365 pounds. He was so large that he wore a size 24 shoe, and that's 2 of my shoes put together. He was here to make a little stop to visit his brother Frank. This is just an interesting fact about Union City that not many people know about, and I thought you guys would like to know. So thank you.
Wow, I never knew that much about Union City. It's crazy to think how old our buildings really are.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it since I've only been in Union City for 3 years. And Union being 2 different towns blows my mind. Also, Jacob, what do you think it would have been like to meet Lewis Wilkinson?
Honestly, I think it would have been amazing but scary at the same time. I've never met an 8'2" human, so I think it would have been an awesome experience.
Yes. Switching topics, Sabre is here to inform us on cyberbullying.
This past week, Ms. Armstrong of Coach Schmidt's computer class did a project over cyberbullying and how much easier it is nowadays for boys to contact people. Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. It can occur on all sorts of social media like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or just texting. Cyberbullying includes posting or sharing negative, harmful content about somebody else. It can also include if you're sharing personal or private information that causes somebody embarrassment or humiliation. As cyberbullying, you use technology. If it didn't take place at school, some schools can't do anything about it. It really just depends on their local policies or law. So, if anyone you know or if you are being bullied, please contact an upperclassman, any adult, a teacher, or a parent. I'm Sabre Locke, back to you.
Thank you, Sabre. I wish cyberbullying wasn't such a problem in this world because no one likes to be bullied.
Yeah, it's not cool to bully others, although Sabre bullies me every day. I'm just joking, she just messes around with me. Thank you guys for tuning in to UCTV.
Welcome back to the Whatever Show, guys. As many of you know, Tanner and I are both seniors this year, and we have been very busy recently with voting on class information.
So without further ado, we're happy to announce that the Who's Who is now official. All the votes have been counted, and now the show will slowly be releasing who won what category through interviews.
As you heard during UCTV, basketball is starting up very soon, so we thought it would be appropriate to introduce you to the 2 winners of Most Athletic and Most Likely to Become an Olympian.
These 2 are very involved at the school, with both on the starting lineups of their respective basketball teams. One of them has been here almost their whole life, with the other joining in his early high school years. You can always see them both on the court, but during the spring and the fall, you can catch one of these players on the infield diamond.
Tanner, I really hate to interrupt you and leave all of our viewers at this cliffhanger, but we do have to go to commercial break. Our winners will be back after the commercial.
Tyler, are you looking forward to being back on the court?
Yes, I am. It's been a long time coming. It feels like it's been all year. Coming back into the Payton tournament this year, I'd like to come out with first and to bounce back from the hard, tough year that we've had. It'd be great.
What do you think is the hardest part about this year?
Losing Coach Duvall and not being able to play the game that us seniors love to play. It's tough because not a lot of us are going to college to play this sport, and the love for the game is just tremendous.
What would you say has been your favorite memory so far?
Of this year, really it starts in practice. You know, we're a team more than just friends. We're brothers, and last year was kind of rocky, and this year it's love, and it's fun. It's fun to play the game.
During the tough times, all the breaks we've had, how have you been keeping yourself motivated, ready to get back on the court?
Gym. I can't count how many times I've been in the gym and, you know, just go in for 30 minutes and just put up shots, or run in my neighborhood, or just do something, hang out with my brother and keep my mind straight, and just hope to get back on the court.
Great mentality to have. Thank you, Tyler. Catch you guys later.
Hey guys, I'm back with Layla Goat, another one of our winners for this week. Layla, are you looking forward to being back on the court?
Yes, I'm so looking forward to it. It's been so long since we've been able to.
I know, we're definitely ready to see you guys being back out there. So, obviously this has been a hard year for everybody, but what would you say is the hardest part for you of the season?
Hardest part is definitely not being able to practice every day, having to quarantine and take breaks because of how many numbers have gone up.
Right, and because of those numbers, you guys have been on breaks like you said. How have you been keeping yourself motivated?
Definitely realizing that any practice or any game could be the very last.
That is definitely one of the hardest part about being a senior, is realizing that this is your last. And we all hope that we will see you guys back on the court soon. So thank you for coming out. I wish you the best of luck while you finish your season. I cannot wait to see you all back on the court and doing what you love.
We will be back next week with the winners of the Who's Who categories.